Dr. Kevin Kavanagh, and good morning to you, Dr. K.
Good morning, Jack.
How was your weekend, sir?
I was very good, except found a tree on my house down in Somerset, so that was a little downer. But luckily, it was a small tree and on the side of the roof, so everything should be fine.
I'm glad. We were just talking that the rates are continuing to fall. The good news, the bad news is these variants aren't letting up, are they?
No, they're not, and that's why we shouldn't let down our guard. One of the things that disturbs me is that we really do have a rush to opening up schools without, I think, the proper protection put in place in order to safeguard for spread. In the United Kingdom, the variant, which is the UK variant B117, spread throughout the country, and they felt that one of the centers of spread was the schools, that when they reopened schools, this was one of the things that may have been fueling spread. So when you deal with different variants, you really deal with the different rules, and we don't know what those rules are yet. So I think at this point, for me, I would advocate siding on caution. And let's really wear masks. That's a well-fitted, well-constructed mask. Social distance, avoid crowded indoor settings, and if you are in an indoor setting, try to make sure that it has good ventilation, good air sanitization. You want to make sure that you're in the safest area possible. And remember that the new data indicates that this virus can aerosolize. And that is from the National Academy of Sciences December report. So I would be, at this point, cautious. Things are looking good, but let's keep it going in the right direction.
And this is not the day that we would certainly revel in. This is a day that the Johns Hopkins data people who are about as good as it gets at it are saying we're going to cross the 500,000 death number today.
Well, and that's correct. And that is by deaths from actually counting individual cases. If you look at excess deaths, CDC data indicates we're approaching 600,000 deaths. So overall, we have not done well, especially compared to countries such as Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and even China. We are far behind as far as controlling the spread of the virus. And with these vaccinations just coming around, we really do want to follow good public health advice so we do not get this infection before we get vaccinated. After that, it may give us good protection even with these variants.
We got kids going back to school, young kids going back to school in Fayette County today. I think it's kindergarten through second grade. White House is reiterating teacher vaccinations not a prerequisite to reopening schools. Do you think that's a mistake?
Well, it certainly would be nice to get the teachers vaccinated. They are high risk, at least 25% of the teachers are. They certainly can serve as a source of spreading the virus both between them and the children. And vaccinations, I think, would be optimal to do. And I should add, Jack, that I'm concerned that not all of our schools have really implemented the type of strategies that we need to prevent the spread of this virus. And that includes masks, and I mean good masks that are well fitted, podding of students, smaller class sizes, frequent testing, making sure that the air in the schools has complete air exchanges, probably at least 6 to 8 times an hour, along with air sanitization. Some schools in the nation have installed UV filtration units up in the ceiling in order to sanitize the air. Social distancing, of course, is very important. And sports, when they're indoors, without masks, that's very problematic. And I think that sports should be secondary to getting our classrooms going. And personally, I think we need to really look at the hybrid model for the future. For some students, I think it may be good because it allows independent learning, and then they can still go back into school. And because they've had hybrid, their class sizes should be smaller, which would give them increased attention from their teachers. So the idea of cleaner air, healthier buildings, smaller class sizes is really something we should have been doing anyways with our children in school. They should be our priority in this society.
All right, always a pleasure. We're going to give you Wednesday off, but we'll be getting back with you on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.